And he gets Dylan Donegan, who's on that 4-color Delver deck.
All right, I'm going to root for Dylan. You root for Sam. How's that?
I mean, I don't like rooting for miracles, but he has Monastery Mentor, and Dylan's a token imposter.
I want to root for Dylan. He's my homeboy.
So we've got Dylan Donegan is on Grixis Delver. Sam Roukas is on Miracles. They're both 6-1, so whoever wins this round is going to lock themselves up for day 2. They are going into game 3.
And so for those of you who aren't particularly familiar with this matchup, Dylan Donegan, he's basically the aggro deck. Miracles is the control deck. Dylan is playing one of the bigger aggro decks in terms of legacy, so it's a little slower. It's not as fast as something like Infect or Temur Delver. It's a little bit bigger than that, a little bit slower, and that's going to give the Miracles deck a little bit more time to set up shop. The one thing that is good about Dylan's deck against Miracles is he does have access to cards like Cabal Therapy, which can be really potent. And I believe a lot of times they'll have access to Abrupt Decay, although it doesn't look like Dylan has that today. But the Cabal Therapies can be a really powerful weapon against these Miracles decks.
So it looks like Sam is just playing Draw Go, and Dylan was able to suspend an Ancestral Visions on turn 1.
Wait, what?
So he has 1 Ancestral Visions in his sideboard that he's brought in, and this is going to be poised to put in some work against this Miracles deck. Now, looks like Dylan has gone ahead and flashed in a Vendilion Click in Sam's draw step. He has gone ahead and used a Swords to Plowshares to get rid of it, but Dylan's going to see a hand with 4 lands, 2 Jace the Mind Sculptor, and a Council's Judgment. So if Dylan has an answer to a Jace the Mind Sculptor, maybe he goes ahead and gets rid of one of these. Looks like he has a Force of Will and a Daze, so I might even just let him keep the Jaces. He just Daze one, force the other.
Yeah, he's likely just going to play them on 4 and 5.
He even has a Wasteland, so he can try and keep him off it if he wants to.
Yeah.
So it looks like Dylan's just going to let him keep all of those cards. Sam's going to play a Flutter Strand and pass it back. That Ancestral Vision is going to tick down to 1 counter. Dylan's going to draw for his turn. It looks like he's going to play a Misty Rainforest. It's the only land that he has. But next turn, things are going to pop off when he gets to draw 3 cards for that Ancestral Visions and then a card for his turn.
And the pressure is on Sam to do something because of that Ancestral, but apparently he's being pretty patient with it.
Yeah, so Sam's just going to play another land and pass. Dylan's going to draw 3 cards. Looks like he picked up a Young Pyromancer, which is going to be real big if Sam doesn't have a way to stop it here.
Yeah, the fact that Council's Judgment is sorcery speed is a little problematic.
And Dylan has a Cabal Therapy, but Sam has double Jace in his hand.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
This could be filthy. Ooh, if I'm Dylan here, I might even contemplate cashing in a Force of Will to save this Pyromancer.
Yeah, you're going to be able to tear apart the rest of Sam's hand, but it looks like Dylan values his Force of Will a little bit more. It looks like Dylan might actually have another Young Pyromancer in his hand, which...
If he does, I could imagine him just playing it here and then getting rid of that Council's Judgment on the flashback.
Yeah. Looks like he's just going to do it next turn just to get a little more information on his opponent's hand.
So Sam's just going to play a land and pass.
Cabal Therapy is a great card. Definitely one of my favorites. When Treasure Cruise was legal, I was on the Grixis Delver deck for a little while and we just played 4 main deck Cabal Therapies because we just wanted to fire everything off.
Yeah, Cabal Therapy has...
so good.
It's been like the one card that gave me a lot of trouble when I was playing the Omnitel deck.
Yeah.
So Dylan's going to go ahead and take that Cancel Judgment out of Sam's hand, leaving him with a Flooded Strand and a Tundra. He is firmly in the driver's seat here. Going to cash in.
And I was on Team Dylan, but Team Dylan is looking really good in this situation. Dylan has a bunch of cards. He already cashed in Ancestral Visions. His Cabal Therapy was a 3-for-1, I believe.
I mean, on top of making Elemental tokens.
Right. And Sam Roukas, he's got just a bunch of lands.
So Sam's going to go ahead and drop down to 19, cracking some of his fetch lands. He does have a Monastery Mentor, but this is going to get Lightning Bolted, and this is not going to be... Oh, and there's a Brainstorm flipping this Delver of Secrets.
Ugh. Sam is going to be dead soon. Sam is a really good player. For those of you who aren't familiar with him, I've played him in Standard, and he I played him once and he was playing a Sphinx's Revelation control deck. Played him again and he was playing Esper Dragon's control. So just a dedicated control player. Don't want to give your secret out, Sam, but if anyone faces you, they can expect you to be playing control.
So Dylan's just going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt that Monastery Mentor, make another elemental token, crash into the red zone for 6. He's going to sit on that Brainstorm for a little bit. No reason to cash it in now. He basically has all he needs on the battlefield. Yeah. And at this point, it's up to Sam to try and battle back. I imagine he's looking for something like Terminus at this point.
Yeah, he needs it real bad. Terminus would be a way that he could catch up in a big way.
So we've got a land off of Sam, but he did find a Ponder off of that Brainstorm shuffle.
So if Sam can manage to not die, he does have ways of clawing back into this game. A card like Terminus specifically would allow him to establish control of the board.
So it looks like he's going to daze. He's dazing this Brainstorm a couple times to make Sam use some of his fetches and generate some elementals.
And Dylan Donegan, he is small, but he is fierce. Just takes him down.
Using his own tokens nonetheless.
I mean,
which are imposters.
Extra style points. We might as well just give him a win for the next round.